Hi, welcome back to Christina Lee Meditation AU. I'm Christina Lee, and today we're going to be painting this piece called Fiesta. It's a fun little piece. I haven't really done this color palette before, but it's so playful and so fun, perfect for this time of year, kind of the summertime, starting the summertime. And this is part of a color challenge that I do in my Facebook group. So if this is something that you want to do, follow along here. Go to my Facebook group called Christina Lee Meditation Sharing Enthusiasts. There's a lot of us in there who like to share and do the color challenges together. So you can come be part of that group. You are more than welcome and invited. But I want to get to the tools and the paints that we're going to use today before we jump into the tutorial. If you know my work, you know I'm very simple. I like to use almost the same thing every time, right? This is the stencil that I use. It's a 12 segment stencil. And the lines in between the stencils, they're a ½ inch apart. So if you're using a compass, you can just measure a ½ inch and just draw your lines that way. The next thing I'm using is a dotting tool set from Color My Soul. These are wonderful dotting tools. They are super durable. They will last you a very long time. They're really nice and easy to hold, very comfortable. And also they have the number of the sizes listed on the side, so I'll be referencing these in the video. But if you don't have these, I'm also going to be linking to a size conversion chart. Erin Ridley, one of my good friends, she had created a conversion chart, and I'll link that to her conversion chart, and you can get that there if you have a different set of tools. And finally, we're going to be using the Arteza Metallics. If you know my work, you know I am such a sucker for these. I think there's like 4 or 5 colors we're going to be using out of this. If you don't have these, I highly recommend them. They're wonderful. They're a heavy body paint, so you're going to have to mix a pouring medium with this. You can use like a Floetrol, or Liquitex is a nice pouring medium. But these are wonderful. They're some of my favorite paints. Without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and just jump right in, and I'm gonna talk my way through it, and hopefully can guide you through the process. Thanks a lot. So before we get started, I wanted to just give a quick disclaimer that I was given this tool set for free. Krupa with Color My Soul, she's in South Africa, very sweet gal. She gave me this tool set. Actually, she contacted me and said, hey, if I send you this tool set, would you be interested in trying it out? I'm like, yeah, free tools, duh. So she sent it to me. They came here really fast, which shocked me. From South Africa, I thought it would take months to get here, but it was just a few days, which was really surprising. Anyway, so if you know my work and you know me, you know that I am kind of a creature of habit where I like to use the DIY mandala stone tools pretty much religiously. And so when she asked me if I would be willing to, do a piece or try these out, I was like, oh, that's an interesting idea. It never occurred to me to try that. So here we are, giving him a go. I want to say first, I want to tell you about the colors. I said it was from Arteza. The colors that come in that kit are the Amaranth Red, the Tangerine Orange, which is the center dot there, absolutely delicious, the Lime Green, and also the Golden Hour, which is a yellow that you see right here. Very rarely do I put together a color palette with yellow and it works. I don't know, yellow and I don't get along very well. But this worked out really super well. I'm very excited about it. And then also, before I forget, banana yellow. If you don't have this color, you're gonna have to order it directly through Arteza. I'm not sure that Amazon sells this one individually, but the banana yellow only comes in the big tube. So that's a disclaimer. You can use a different color. It's like a pearly kind of white-ish yellow green. It's an interesting color. I don't know. It's like, depending on what color palette you use with it, it changes its color a little bit, but it's the whitish color. It's like a pearl white. So anyway, this was kind of a test run to try out all the different tools. I'm trying different swooping with the large green, I don't know what you call it. It's like a rounded tip, and then dragging that out with the shortest tip there, and kind of etching and shaping that up. I think it turned out pretty nice. And I noticed, like, if you are used to using a different tool set, especially me, like, I've only really ever used one tool set, and this is different. This is definitely, like, every tool, every paint, they all have, like, different personalities, and the tool set is no different. So you just kind of have to get used to the tools. If you've never dotted before and you're using this tool set for the first time, you shouldn't have any problems. Like, it's still a learning curve, so just don't expect it to go super perfect right away. I did this piece over a 2-day period. Sorry it's blurry right here. It'll get better. You can kind of get the idea though. But I did this piece over a 2-day period, and the first day I was kind of frustrated because I was treating it like the DIY tool set. And then the second day, it was like something clicked and it just became very easy to use. So just keep that in mind if you have some of the tool set, this tool set versus a different one. And I also mentioned in the introduction, if you don't have this tool set, which chances are you probably don't yet, you might want to get it if you like to collect tools. But if you don't have this set, my friend Erin Ridley, she has a conversion chart that has a lot of the popular tools on there. I don't know if she has all of them anymore because I feel like a lot of people are coming out with different tool sets. It's kind of hard to keep up, but this set is on the tool conversion chart, and I know a lot of the other sets are on there too. So if you don't have this tool set, all is not lost. You can still recreate this piece. Just you just have to check out the chart and see which tool set you have and then convert it. I did this piece a couple of months ago. I feel like it might have been a month. It's been, I don't know, so crazy around here. And I've never done a color palette like this before. Arteza is interesting. You get the metallic set, and you can create so many different color combinations, and it never quite occurred to me to put this sort of combination together. It was right around, I think it was like the end of April. Maybe it was the beginning of April. I don't know. It's been such a whirlwind. Right around that time, it was, it just felt kind of Fiesta-like, winter is kind of officially over. We're coming into spring, and we've had some warm days here. It just felt very it's almost joyful, playful, Fiesta-like, let's have a party kind of thing. And it was a lot of fun having a bunch of people on the live, and we're just cracking up, having a good time, talking about dumb crap. Like, if you were there, you know what I mean. But anyway, so if you don't know what I mean, you can go check us out. You can check me out on Facebook, ChristinaLee.meditationAU. That's my business page. And we also have a group page called ChristinaLee.meditation sharing enthusiast. So that is a place where I run my color challenges. It's like a color challenge, I guess. I don't know. Other kind of challenges. But this is where once a month I do a piece, and you guys can follow the colors. Like, we'll use these colors specifically, or something like this. If you're in a different country, you can't get Arteza, then you can use similar colors. But you can either create your own piece, or if you have a hard time coming up with design patterns, you can recreate this one. And we all share at the end of the month and see what each other has come up with. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of creativity in the group, and there's a lot of new people in the group, and it's fun to learn from each other and see what everybody has done. We also have a lot of guest artists that come in. Like, I'm not an expert at most things. Like, I can do these kinds of things pretty well, but I don't do a lot of jewelry kind of stuff. I do some stones, not too many. We have a gal coming in next week who is going to be painting mugs for us, teaching us how to do that. I've never done that before. So it's a great group where you can get a variety of different things, and hopefully we can, find something that you really love and that you enjoy doing. And it doesn't have to be, just specifically what I do all the time, because maybe that's for you, maybe it's not. It's okay. So anyway, here at this section with the 3 little yellow dots, I was trying to do something kind of different. I don't know, trying to be creative. It turned out pretty good, but at this point when I was in the design, I was like, what the heck, I don't know about this. Like, I don't know. I was trying to add a little bit of a variety, and this element it's interesting. I haven't really done something like this before, so. I'm trying to incorporate, how can I make it look good? I think it turns out pretty nice in the end. That's something to consider too. Like, a lot of times when I'm creating a piece, halfway through I'm like, oh gosh, I don't like this. This isn't what I thought, or this isn't turning out how I imagined. And you just gotta see it through. Like, at the end, it'll work out. And trust me, I've never had a piece where I got halfway through and I hated it, and then I finished it and I still hated it. So trust the process, and if you feel that way, just to recognize it and know that when you get through it, you'll be really happy you finished. I think this was about the point where I started really kind of getting the hang of the swoops. See how smooth that was? Your paint needs to be just slightly on the thinner side, and with the Arteza, you're gonna be able to create these really beautiful puffy dots, and it creates this texture, especially when you're doing swoops or I don't know, any kind of dot actually. Arteza leaves this really interesting kind of texture behind, and it reflects a lot of light in a very interesting way, and I don't know, it's like something very magical about it. I love it. And we're doing I don't know, kind of a little flare here with the different colors. This is if you can't tell, the center swoop there is the Amaranth red, and then this one is the Tangerine. Actually, I had somebody in the group say that the part that I'm working on now, it kind of looks like a skirt, and the yellow dots are the body of like a dancer or something. It's really funny. This is the yellow. I thought it would be really fun to add like a little tiny half swoop or skinny swoop. Just something different. You can do any kind of swoops here you want. A lot of times people will start off with the center design as the same, but then they always end up sort of going in their own direction, which is also really cool to see where people take it. So that's an option too. There's no real rules with this. I believe I'm using the number 18 right now, and then the smallest size. Is it number 18 or number 28? It's the biggest and the smallest of the green. So if you haven't used Arteza a lot, this is a really cool paint because you can make your dots really puffy, really fat, chubby, and when it dries, it does dry kind of flat, but it makes a fully saturated dot. Sometimes when you add paint and it's a little too thin, or like the dots are flat before it dries, then the paint can sometimes dry transparent. So this is one of the reasons why I really like to load my dots up, because I don't run into that transparency issue so much. Plus, you know, really chubby dots are happy dots, right? Anyway, I think that's all I really wanted to add to this recording. I may or may not get to a July color challenge. We are moving. Hopefully we're moving. We're packing right now. It's super crazy. So I don't know. I will try to get to a July YouTube video. But if I don't, just know that I'm still there and I want to be with you. But I may not have a studio space for the setup to do that. So anyway, just wanted to throw that out there. And then if it's like, you know, 2 years down the road, you don't care, so it's fine. I do want to plug my Patreon real quick. I have a Patreon channel that my YouTube videos become available before they're released, and they're also available without commercials. So if the commercials bug you, then go check out my Patreon. For $3 a month you can get commercial free. So anyway, I'm gonna leave that there. Enjoy the music, and hopefully see you in my Facebook group.